Are you ready for the Low Blows Network?
Hello and welcome to a very special part of the Spandex Pantomime where I make my entrance. Yes! I am officially coming through the curtain right now, making my entrance. Who you booing? Fish off! If you didn't hear what they said, it was that I am coming to the ring weighing in at 206 pounds of bulging seams and self-esteem. What are you looking at? You're looking at the stadium. Why are the kids in camera so goddamn ugly? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Why did I come here? Because I want to get paid and get out of here. That's why. Cocky yeah. I'm actually recording the top 14 rated sports recreational wrestling-based podcast in Ireland right now for your pleasure.
He's the face of Irish wrestling, the hottest free agent on the island, the man of 1,000 fish hooks. Your favorite wrestler's least favorite wrestler. Mr. Once a Month, 2 OTT for OTT. The highest paid male terrestrial wrestler in Ireland that's not contracted.
That seems specific, but it's not.
And now, he's the face of the Low Blows Network.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh yes he is, because you're welcome to the Spandex Pantomime with Justy.
Hello and welcome to the Spandex Pantomime with me, your host Justy, coming to you each and every blue moon on the Low Blows Network. Yeah, sorry I haven't been around. Real life's got in the way, which is sucky. But look, I'm here now and I'm back in your ears. What a year it has been. 2018, like every year, it's been a roller coaster. It's got its ups and its downs. I've probably made more friends than I've lost, but I've definitely lost friends. We've had reconciliations with OTT. We've seen the rise and rise of Fight Factory, the Low Blows Network, the Low Blows Pivot Share, all those Low Blows parties. It's just taking off. Professional wrestling is at its peak, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Still an unbelievable scene going on in Ireland right now. 2018 has been the tip top it has ever been, with the likes of Jordan Devlin pulling everything out of the bag. You've got the Kings of the North still on top, Martinez all over the world. Becky Lynch is the number one wrestler in the planet right now. Finn is still Finn kicking ass in the WWE on Raw. Sheamus, Killian Dane, all those Irish people doing us proud abroad, but not to mention the scene that we have here, the rise and rise of Modern Hype, Michael May, Scotty Davis, and so many people just coming through and ready to go. Like, how many people have you seen on Twitter this week say that 2019 is theirs? And you know what? It's going to be a scramble, because there's so many guys coming up now that you can't deny any of them. You know, a lot of people talking about the likes of Callum Black, who's had a sturdy start to last year, but this year he's coming in flying form. The ladies, Debbie and Valkyrie, are doing excellent. Of course, Amy is always there, Amy Alonzi. Who's gonna, it's hard to pick who's gonna be the big star next year. One thing's for sure, we haven't got any shortage of them here. It's been a mad year. It's been a mad week. What is it now? It's New Year's Eve. I'm recording this just after Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope it was delicious. I hope you had all the turkey and all the ham, and if you're not into turkey and ham, you had the tofu or the fucking nut roast or whatever it is you have. I cursed. Try my best to stop. Anyways, look, I'll just put a euro in the swear jar. Yeah, it's coming into New Year's now. I've got one show left in PWU. that's tomorrow night. And then that's 2018 over and done with. This week, a couple of weeks ago, we've had Becky Lynch down at the Fight Factory, which is incredible to say that she took time out of her busy schedule to come down and roll around the ring with us. She brought some cameras from the WWE, so have a look out on the network. You might see my big ugly mush on it at some stage, along with everyone else that's down at the Fight Factory. It's great that we have the likes of Becky and Finn, who sent me a message over Christmas apologising that he didn't get down to the Fight Factory, which is crazy. Like, he almost feels obliged to get down. So it's it's mental. We're a little island on the East Atlantic, just absolutely killing it with wrestling. But I would like to apologise for Justy Jitsu. Just take this time to apologise for that mess. Sorry. So what's the plan today? What I'm going to do is not some kind of big end-of-year extravaganza that you don't want to listen to. No, not a big quiz about how the year went and stuff like that. I'm going to do what all lazy bastards do at the end of the year and have a clip show. Some of your favourite bits. Probably not your favourite bits, but suck it up. You're going to have to deal with it. Look, I don't even know what clips are going on here, so there's probably... just thinking about it, I say things on air that people probably shouldn't even think, and it's probably going to catch up with me at some stage. But here's some clips of what happened during the year, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Just want to point out a few things before we kick off on this. Number one, both me and Rick had really good days. So this is because
we are flying high.
I just think about we are having so much fucking crack today. I've been down at the Fight Factory, coaching, had loads of fun there, met a couple of new people. Then I went for a walk looking for a barber, and I spent fucking ages looking for a barber, but it was a really nice walk around Dublin. Then I went in, I'm going to have to talk about the barber.
Yeah, say it.
Right, so, I went in, I sat down, and I said to the barber, I said, here, I want to look like a dickhead because I'm a bad guy wrestler, and I want to look like a bad guy wrestler. Looks at me, says, you're a wrestler, are you? I said, yeah. He goes, you hardly know that Rick fella, do you? He didn't say Rick, he said I was shooting him. And then I was like, I'm going to meet him in like an hour. I was like, and then the one person in professional wrestling, I was like, I'm sitting down at this barber chair and I'm going to like have here's what I want. And then I'm going to sit silently. I had the best fucking crack with that barber. He told me all about how he went down to fucking South America, lived with a tribe, ate some fucked up root that got him high for 16 hours. 16 hours.
It's all true as well. I completely believe. I know this guy. I completely believe it.
Fucking, he had his head bent in by a fucking lump hammer at one stage. He was in a coma for 6 weeks. They changed his medicine. They were about to flick the switch on the plug, change his medicine, and he just woke up out of the coma. I was like, don't flick that fucking switch. He saw the scar on my neck and he was like, the fuck happened to your neck? I was like, oh, you're just jumping in there with 2 feet. You don't have to, you're not lubing me up or anything. You're just straight in. What happened to your neck? And I said, broke me neck, shattered a couple of vertebrae, dislocated all my vertebrae. I was telling him the whole shebang. And he goes, yeah, I shattered a vertebrae as well. Just as casually as that, like. Big fucker. He loves a bit of MMA, loves, he's...
I think we should get this guy on the Spandex.
I'm thinking that, like, he's my next guest. Justy's barber. By the way, he's my forever barber
The barbershop episode.
The barbershop episode, yeah. People will be like, oh, I can't wait to see who he throws through a window. And really, it's just listening to my really rough barber fucking talking about how he's in a gang-related feud right now.
No, we can't have him on, for identification.
Yeah, for identification. Look, I'm not telling anyone which side he's on in that feud. Let's just say they're winning. I wanna have a chat with someone though, who I know is in there. I wanna have a chat with Workie. if we can get him for 2-3 minutes now, maybe we'll do a little interview with him, have a chat, and look, just don't make it so offensive, all right?
All right, yeah.
Is that Workie? Am I talking to Workie now?
Workie, yeah. What's Starry do?
Directly, you're breaking my headphones there.
I'll break your face if you keep it up.
Workie, how have you been?
I'm alright, yeah. I'm off the stuff, as you can see. I haven't been on that in a while now. Well, I done a little bit there not too long ago when Martin was locked up, but it's just because I missed him, you know.
Yeah.
Now, me and Martina, we're not together anymore. Well, we are, but we aren't, you know. She's kind of off with a few different people. Well, other than that, I'm alright, like.
Well, you're looking well.
Well, I always did, like. I'm in the gym, you know. I'm doing the boxing. I'm actually ranked number 4 best boxer in the world at the moment.
In the world?
In the world, yeah. Like, not a lot of people know it, but it's underground, you know. I'd fight anyone, really, you know.
Yeah. And what kind of fights are you getting into these days?
Really aren't that page, you know, bare knuckle. I got into a fight with some fella there the other day. He came up to me, like, started saying, like, I owed him a few quid and all, but I didn't. Then he started saying, what are you doing in my house? But I didn't realise I was in his house. And he was a bit of an older fella, like, but... Yeah. Age doesn't matter, you know. He swung at me, so I swung back, you know.
Yeah. How did it end up?
I don't want to say.
Oh, yeah, it's still.
Legally,
it's probably.
Oh, yeah, I'd say nothing, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not actually. I'm not saying it.
Right.
He's in the hospital. That's all I'd say. That wasn't that I done. Apparently, he had heart problems anyway.
Yeah, so do you find yourself in a lot of these situations where you have to fight your way out of people's houses?
Yeah, like, I always get blamed on things, you know, shops and all. Like, I go into a shop and the security guard will follow me for nothing, and I'll say, what are you fucking following me for, you know? And he'll say, yeah, Workie, didn't we bury you in here last week? And I'll say, no, that was Martin. And he'll say, no, we know Martin's locked up, we know it was you. And I'll just say, prove it. And then you can't prove it. I'm thinking of bringing them to court, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're always kicking me out for nothing. I never done that on anyone.
It's discrimination, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, like, you know, I tried to get into a couple of football matches over it then, like, just to kind of get on, if I can get on telly, like, if I stand on a certain part of the audience, the camera might come close to me and I'll be able to get a couple of quick words in just to explain myself, you know, and then it's worldwide.
Yeah, well, it would be on RTE, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, wherever, like, you know, like, wherever. Do you want to broadcast it for me?
Well, you're on the air now. If you want to say a few words.
I just want to say, all right, to Martin, I know you're out there, bro, and I know times are hard. I'm looking after you, and I'm looking after Martina, and I'm saving a $5 a week for you for when you get out. Get your life back on track, you know.
That's very good of you.
He's me mate, like.
Yeah, that's... Okay, I think, Workie, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Did you have them smokes on me, yeah?
Yeah, no, I'll get them to you.
You said you could have them smokes if we
do
this way.
I said don't mention them on air, like, so we'll get, so.
More smokes.
Yeah. Sam, why have you got the microphone? Jordan's got a contract.
Jordan can't cut a promo. Funny story.
Oh, yes, let's
promos.
go straight into it.
Tonight I wrestled Jordan.
I just want to preface this with
put the mic up to his face.
Categorically the worst moment of not only my wrestling life, but my life in general. I can't believe it happened to me.
Okay, let's Sam's telling us.
I can imagine it.
No clue what's going on.
We had a 2 out of 3 falls match tonight in East Wall, and there was a run at the start, and some young up and comer.
Dom Tuck, I believe. Yup the Tuck.
Could a promo on our good friend Jordan Devlin here.
I heard it.
I had to get rid of Dom, but after a 10.
So Dom comes out, squares up to me.
Yeah.
I dab on him, giving him some of his own medicine.
Good pop. Big pop for the dab.
He swings a fucking shot at me.
Yeah.
Sorry for cursing.
Oh, you can curse all you fucking want.
Okay, he swings a shot at me. I duck it. Sam hits the super kick on him.
Yeah.
Sick of Dom Tuck shit, right? Up, they pop, right? The microphone
Hold that up to his face.
I'm gonna cut across Jordan here because Jordan's gonna try and make himself sound okay here. Dom did a great promo.
Yeah, pretty good promo. I heard it.
Got over, and Jordan thought it was right when the microphone was leaving the ring to.
The crowd are sky high.
The crowd are high. The crowd are hot. Yeah. We were at WrestleMania.
Had handed the microphone back
to the MC and
crossed the ring to ask for the microphone.
So Jordan Devlin
as soon as the microphone got into Jordan Devlin's grasp, I knew.
I said to myself in my head, this is a mistake.
And Jordan is a star at the moment in the Irish scene, and people want to like him. They want Jordan to succeed. They want it to be cool. And Jordan opened his mouth and he said, "Bum bum bum," and the mic was low, and he said, "You
to take her cashmere cardigan back."
What happened was that's not what he said. He said, "You tell your mother to keep her cashmere cardigan back."
Dom was wearing,
and the crowd went dead. Import killer, more like crowd killer. He is the Jason Jordan of Irish wrestling. Everyone wants to be good. He looks good. He's handsome. He's very talented, but he is just a nerd.
Jordan's got a contract.
You can be as athletic as you want, train all your life, but if you're a loser, it's gotta come out. There's no saving it. I looked across the ring, I threw the mic back to the ref and nearly dropped it. I looked at Sam and he was so disappointed in me. And I was the worst.
At the time I thought, we got a reaction on the crowd like, oh, but he was like, oh.
And then one kid goes, Jordan Devlin.
And the rest of the crowd shook their heads.
Yeah. At that moment we knew the match was fucked.
What are you hoping for out of professional wrestling now that you are back?
The crack, the bants. No, that's
You've
not
a
it
scheme.
at all.
There's a scheme. There's an agenda. This is all right. I want to point out that when you hear us talking about the reptilian stuff and the agendas and the schemes, it's one of those things that we always Southies always fucking talking to one person about one thing and then talking about the other person to the other thing. So it's a, yeah. We've all right. Right. Owen Richards wants me to do my Southie impression. Hold on. That's it. You have to picture me behind someone and talking directly into their ear from their shoulder as well. So, I'm going to talk to Jay Money right now.
Oh, Jay Money, you've got a good gimmick going on. What you need to do is get Alexander Dean on board for your gimmick. Maybe I could be spare change Alexander Dean. Or maybe I'm the one giving you all the money, and it turns out that you're not Jay Money. I'm Alexander Money, and the gimmick is actually mine.
We were coming back from PW, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, and
it was last night.
And Liam Royal stole Nate Martin's hat because he threw water on him and he was going to kill him. So he's trying to figure out what are we going to do with this hat. We have to do something before we get to McDonald's to his hat. So Justy was like, "Why don't you shit in the hat? Just shit in the hat, and then get him to wear it, right?"
I was actually suggesting that I shit in the hat because
he wanted a shit in the hat, right?
Shits.
And he was quite
pasty.
I haven't had a solid shit since 2003. Mine comes out like a fucking paste. Like,
I thought you had a fear of liquids. Surely that would encourage you to eat a fucking banana every now and then.
Listen, buddy, I eat as much fibre as possible, and still
you don't.
The paste. Well, it's become like to a point now where I'm kind of like, I don't have to change my diet. I just have to change how I feel about my shits. And I'm cool with the paste.
Christ. He was totally cool about the shit. Anyone could shit in the hat, he was grand. Then someone did put ketchup in it. He starts freaking out. Don't start talking about condiments, no. And then later on, someone talked about putting mayonnaise in their hand. You're like, stop talking about condiments. Stop it.
I was the one talking about the mayonnaise on the hand. It was the story about in Tennessee when Phil Boyd put mayonnaise on the hand and punched him in the face in a taxi because...
Can we please tell the story about last year when you punched a small girl, kicked a small girl in the stomach when she...
First of all, I didn't kick her in the stomach. I shoved her with my foot in the hip, but I shoved her against a fucking wall pretty hard, and I have no regrets about that.
And that shit was pebble dashed.
She was told, don't fuck with me.
What happened?
She thought it was like
this is nothing
severe.
About Pokemon
I
at
know,
all.
but fuck this. Like she thought it wasn't as severe. So she
timeline this. Justy went on a rant about how he hates sauce.
Yeah,
like how much he hates sauce.
I love it. Like I didn't try any sauces up into my mid-20s because I was like, I don't like ketchup, I don't like brown sauce, I don't like mayonnaise. So like all the other sauces were like fucking, they were gone to me. Now I love an old fucking chili sauce. I love me some garlic mayonnaise.
And that's why people think that the
curry.
fear isn't as severe as it is. Like,
yeah, it's not the sauce part. It's the fucking. Certain ones I don't like.
So Justy says to Valkyrie, I hate sauce so much.
Can I segue a little bit here? Richie just fucking lifted his phone up to me, showed me that he got a Tinder message, and is like nodding to me like so suggestively. Fucking one new message from, and then says a name.
Do you want me to read it out?
Oh yeah, read out the message. Hold on, we'll
gotta swipe them all.
Can you ask her Pokemon-related questions? I know. Message
remember
every unmessaged girl in your Tinder, and you're a fucking unit, so there's probably loads of them. Asking who's your favorite Pokemon. I'm doing a podcast. I need material.
No, it's boring.
What's she
It's Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Have you ever gone on a date? You listen back to this podcast about the one time you messaged me. She messaged first, which I'm very, very surprised about.
Yeah, you're an attractive
desperate.
Hey, how are you? Smiley winky emoji.
Oh,
and that, kids, that's how I met your mother. You do look an awful lot like Ted Mosby as well.
Oh yeah, actually, you know, yeah.
Like Ted made a lot of different life choices.
Not a fan. Yeah. Right, so you get talking to Pokemon with those girls. You talk about the timeline of the ketchup.
What?
I'll give him the microphone, Jay. Jesus,
so Justy goes on this rant about...
Get back on track of when we went off track.
Justy goes on this rant about how much he hates ketchup and how he would punch anyone in the face who would put it anywhere near him. And if you've ever met Valkyrie, she's not the smartest girl in the world. God bless her. She's thick as two short planks, and you'd know because you're a carpenter. So she decides at breakfast the next morning that she is going to put ketchup on her hand and then go and forcibly shake Justy. Was it your hand or your arm?
Yeah, my hand.
Forcibly shake Justy's hand.
I was eating at the time, by the way, so this is...
So ruined a meal for you.
Yeah, she ruined my... and do you know what? I want to just do a little shout out up here to Lauren LaRue up fucking north. She made me a delicious sandwich of sausages. And, okay, a sausage sandwich, whatever way you fucking say it, alright?
Sandwich of sausages.
Sandwich of sausages. I now have the sandwich of sausages. Thanks to Lady LaRue.
That's how they speak in the occupied territories.
They're all up their sausages sandwiches for a sandwich of sausages.
And because of we Mars bar,
we are so fucking... Oh, Jesus.
So many in-jokes. You're not going to be able to put this podcast out.
Yeah, so let's get to this fucking... So I'm at the rant.
So she shakes his hand, she has ketchup in her hand, and the way she tells the story is he shook her hand kind of suspiciously, like, what are you doing? Recognized that there was ketchup in his hand. His expression went blank. He stood up and hoofed her across the room.
I started squeezing the shit out of her fucking hand, to a point where she was like, "Justy,
is that sauce? Is that sauce?"
Yeah, and I was going, "Is that sauce? Is that sauce?" I was looking her in the eye, and just at that point, she was like that nervous laugh, kind of fear, and I was just fucking Boyd rage was just after fucking taking over me, and I just placed my foot on her hip and shoved her as hard as I could into a wall, and I have no regrets about that. I'd do it
and
again.
said to LJ Cleary.
No clue what I said to LJ Cleary.
You need to get away from that girl. She is a C word, a vindictive little C word.
Wow!
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
The heat of the moment.
I suppose, like, let's go to what led up to this. Now, you don't have to fucking trash anyone, or you don't have to fuck anyone over or anything like that. But at what stage did you say, do you know what? I'm gonna have to do this on my own now.
Well, first of all, I'm not doing this on my own.
Sorry. What I mean to say is, I need to do this now. You and a co-promoter and
we put up videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's you and Bedlam, and but what I mean, like, it's not just you guys. There's a whole fucking crew of people and stuff like that. So for me to say, like, you're doing it on yourself, yeah. So everybody is helping out, and everybody is, like, really positive and behind it. But what was it in your mind that was like, we are going to have to do something ourselves?
There was kind of leading up to the press conference. There was a lot of the press conference. Look.
Well, we'll get back to that press conference.
But which was already ripped to shreds on the Low Blows network. So
not on this podcast. This is premium content.
But, leading up to the press conference, there was kind of smatterings, we'll say. Yeah. There was like, are we going to have to do this? A lot of people came to us local. I know you're saying that people travelling in were having a hard time being with the company. Yeah. People living there were in it 24/7.
Yeah,
they did not want to be there at all. A lot of people came to us asking, talking about it. What can we do? People were quitting. People were quitting wrestling forever because of it. All this kind of stuff. So leading up to the press conference, there was kind of I wouldn't say ever a decision made, but there was are we going to do this? Is it going to be something we're going to have to do?
Yeah.
And it was have to. It was always have to. It was never, do we want to make loads of money? 'Cause that's not going to fucking happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
It's at the press conference, some stuff happened, and we just decided pretty much after that to start putting wheels into motion. As far as we were aware, as far as we were told, Lee was done. He was telling people he was done.
Yeah.
I'm done if this show doesn't draw. We all knew it wasn't going to draw.
Because of
fans that don't want to see wrestling in Cork.
How dare they not seek out wrestling that isn't advertised anywhere else but on a press conference online? Yeah.
But anyway, at the press conference, some stuff.
Butch is crying into his fucking hoodie here beside me, just snots and tears running everywhere because of that press conference.
Obviously, a lot of local press turned up to the press conference. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Not a lot of press showed up to that press conference, like one
we had
dude.
our own film crew.
Which, that worked out. Like I was saying earlier, like, I was kind of done from some decisions that were made. Like, to be honest, like, my last few matches down there, although I will still say they were fucking clinics, I refused to bump. So I think I don't like.
You and Vic just touch each other's beards.
Yeah, me and Vic pulled each other's beards for a while, and me and Ricky had a match before I was having matches with Vic, and I was like, Ricky, I'm hamming this up, and you're not bumping me, so let's I know.
Bumps a little bit from the Gervin match, did you?
I did. Like, do you know what I did? I was like, this is a main event championship match, and it's probably going to be my last hurrah down here. In fact, I'd already decided it was my last hurrah, so I kind of put in a good shift there. So yeah. Here, guys, if I've the link to that CCW show, if anybody wants it, just PM me and I'll send it on to you. You don't have to. Oh, Jesus. I am shooting. What if Lee comes back? I know. Oh, I've got it. I'm positive I have that linked, so it's fine.
In the future, you've just got a DM from Cowboy Jim West saying, "Got that link, bro?"
I can feel it. Loves a bit of footage. Butch, I'm gonna go to you. Just clear your throat there and stop sobbing. I'm gonna talk to you about this press conference.
Oh, good speech. Okay.
Right. So is the press conference still available online?
Is the press conference the new hairspray on a boat?
Yes.
Press conference is this generation's
Hairspray on a pole. Yes, I want to. I would like to point out. I'll point out this one. If just so if anyone is at home and hasn't a clue what we're talking about, there was a press conference for a CCW show. Was it the?
Will you do an MP3 download commentary of the press conference at some point?
I've got. I'm serious. I got 30 seconds in, and I cringed inside out, and had to switch it off. I can't watch stuff that makes me cringe. I don't know why. I block my eyes, and then I can hear it, and I try and block my ears, and I can see it, and then I try and block my eyes, and I can hear it, so I just switch it off. So I want to know what it was like living through that press conference, through the eyes of innocent Butch Armstrong. How did the bad men make you feel, Butch?
I think the word awkward is best used in this situation.
Can you give me like a play-by-play, a rundown of what kind of things, what kind of stuff happened? How long did it last? I honestly don't know how long it lasted.
It was an hour.
It was
about an hour long, and
what was
just awkward. There was a table.
You guys said you were on first, yeah?
Yes. We were on first. So
watch his face for the entire hour, because he's in the background living his life.
J Money, everybody. This is Marion, by the way.
If you listen back to the Low Blows interview of it. Yeah. See that? That's a nice plug there now for you.
That's it. Where can you see the? Where can you hear Low Blows?
Patreon.com/hashtag.
Fuck off! Stop you! Are you trying to get my job?
I had a very successful podcast there for a while before you.
What was that podcast on? Or what was that podcast called?
Well, it was the CCW one. Well, I paid for the CCW one myself, so put that one out there. Wrestling Voice Radio, which was one of the first Irish wrestling podcasts.
Oh, yeah. A plug to a non-existent podcast. Yeah, let's go back to Butch being really awkward.
That Jade, when she's reviewing it, completely picks up on my awkwardness in it.
Oh, really?
And you can see that at one point,
did listen to their review of it.
When Lee goes after the reporter, inverted commas, Jade said you could totally hear me just go, Lee, stop, sit down. Just like that. It's like with no energy whatsoever.
Stop. And you are a professional actor as well, which is worse.
Everything I do as Marion Armstrong is always so, wow, and big. And no, sit down, no.
Butch, how did you feel? Come on, let it out.
No, I didn't like it at all. like I was sitting up there just I was trying to entertain myself. So you can, if you watch it back, you could see me. I have a tissue. I'm just ripping it up, putting bits in my nose because I was pretending to cry, and I was like, oh no. And I sellotaped a watch to my ankle as well. So I wanted to get a joke in there. So was it Flight Mode who said something about it's our time? And I goes, they're like, what time is it? I goes, I have a watch on my ankle. They're like, okay, and I put my ankle up on the table. It's like, there you go, ankle watch. But then you could see in the background, I looked at Mary and go, got that fucking joke in, okay.
We had one down day, and then we were doing our first proper tour, which was for the Footballer's Wife tour. Because Vic bought a ton of nuts in FHM magazines. Every one of them had an article about footballers' wives and how hot they were. So that's
Vic Viper, noted creep.
Well, Vic Viper, porn master of the east side of Dublin.
I'm telling it, just to go on with Vic stuff, if you see Vic after a wrestling show, no matter where you are, he is skeezing on some fucking women. And I've never seen anyone like him in that. Like last bell, when people are flooding out the door, you can see that slithery fuck just making his way somewhere down along the building to get there was two women there. They smell single, and then he just fucking kind of in and around, arms around them. You're always, if you see any photos taken at the end of a wrestling show in Ireland, Vic Viper has his arm around a reluctant woman in the background. I can fucking guarantee.
I'll tell you one thing about Vic, and he's going to hate that I'm telling this story. He's probably never going to talk to me again, or he will love me for it. Simon's wedding. You heard about this?
Yeah.
Me, Manson, and Vic were in the room in the hotel. Vic brought this girl back. Manson and me, we had a double bed each. Vic had the camper bed. I'd say he had sex for 4 to 5 hours.
45 hours?
4 to 5 hours, start to finish.
Jesus
he
Christ.
was banging uglies for a fortnight. He's a stallion.
I'm sure
there's no stopping the man.
We've all had our times when we've gone like overtime. We've pulled a Cody with a woman. But what? How many of you were in the room while he was back?
Me and Manson giggling.
I'd be 10 minutes in and then go, there's other people here. I'm self-conscious.
He didn't care.
But you know what? It's Vic, I suppose.
Your woman had a great time by the sounds of things. Like, you know, he's stood.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Had, like
Vic.
the tongue on him. Like he's probably an oral fucking champion in fairness.
Vic, you're the man. This is that's it. That's where I'm going to leave.
I did not expect this podcast to go.
This is the start of
do you know how good Vic Viper is at sex?
Who would have thought that this was what
I
was
have
going to
to put
happen?
my boys over, and they'll tell you like I can't do it with wrestling. They suck. So it has to be some other way.
No, not Vic Viper. He can't work much, but he can fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what Manson said to him the next morning. Word for word, it was. I swear to Christ.
We're now walking up through the place where they're selling all stuff, and we get to like a real hippie-ish kind of a spot. It was all clothes shops that were selling hemp clothes, and it was like just the hippiest place you ever go. Like it was like vegan food before vegan was even a thing, and we got to one place, henna tattoos. I think it was Phil, the genius Boyd, who had the plan of saying. So we were like, "Oh lads, we should totally get a henna tattoo." And Phil was like, "You should get a henna tattoo," to me, and I'm like, "I'll do anything for a pop from the lads." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll get a henna tattoo. What'll I get?" And whatever the deliberations all came down, we had our council of three, we had our discussions, and it came out that I had to get "I love cock" written across my forehead in henna tattoo. This was on the Sunday.
Oh my God.
This was on the Sunday. I had work on the Monday. So
just to clarify, what was in it for you?
Pop in the boys.
At this stage,
I said I'd pay for it.
yeah, Shawnee said he was going to pay.
You'd give him nothing.
Yeah, it was, I get nothing except for like popping the lads.
Free tattoo.
And he pops the
Free
boys.
henna tattoo for my trouble. So yeah, I feel now that this podcast has turned into Justy tells stories and the boys shout, "Yep, that happened." But this story is fucking it's immense. So I sit down after agreeing, yeah, let's do it. Like Shawnee says he's going to pay for it, I might as well do it. This is before like camera phones and stuff as well. So like, I wasn't even doing it for a picture. Like, and so we've still got no evidence. But it was. I went in, sat down in the chair. I said, I want the words "I love cock" written across my forehead. The lads are going to pay for it. It's just a funny thing. She was like, "Really? You want "I love cock" written across your forehead?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't care. Who knows?" So I'm sitting down, and it's like a proper tattoo. This thing buzzes and all. Yeah. It's like buzz. I was getting like real touchy with your one. I was like, "Hold on a minute. Like, why is this buzzing?" And she's going, "Oh, like it's we get the henna and like we drill it into your fucking head so that it stays there for 3 weeks." And at this point, I'm already through "I love" on my forehead, and I'm like, 3 weeks? I've got work tomorrow. And she's like, "Oh, well, do you want to stop?" And I'm like, "Nah, in for a penny, in for a pound." And like, I'm already, I've come this far. So it was when it got to about "I love cuh" that I had realised that Phil Boyd and Sean Guinness had now abandoned me.
I remember the whole
So
story.
they had legged it. And so I want you guys to say what was going through your heads at the time that like you left me penniless, by the way, as well. I want to find out. I hadn't got that.
Son, we haven't paid for a tattoo at this stage.
I hadn't paid for it. Shawnee said he's going to pay for it. I hadn't a bean in my pockets. It was.
She wasn't making any money all weekend.
She wasn't. You know, like.
And she was grafting.
Yeah,
and
she was working
happy
hard.
How much is a henna tattoo?
It was.
This was before it was popular. Now everybody gets them.
Yeah,
so
I
back then
think
it was like €30.
I think it was like
expensive.
30. Yeah, it could have been up to like at the 30 fucking euro mark.
And I just remember her like over Justy with her body. So Justy's like with the thumbs up.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
get it
yeah,
done.
look at this. I'm so close to some cleavage. I'm 20 years of age, having the time of my life. I love cock written across my forehead.
And as soon as she covered him, and Justy couldn't see us, I grabbed Phil. I said, let's go. He's like, what? So we ran. And Justy jumps up, we're looking from like the corner of another, and Justy jumps up and he's looking around going, and she's like, where are they gone? And he's like, oh, my mate is paying. She's like, where? We're gone looking from a distance, and she's like, I love cock on my head.
The funniest thing about it is when I got a little panicky that like I'm awkward as fuck, like, so I got like panicky at this stage. I'm like, I might get arrested and I'll be put in jail and I'll have the words I love cock written across my forehead. You do not want to be in jail with a tattoo of I love cock written across
so
your forehead.
So you do have a photo. The mugshot.
I like to point out we absconded and I got away with it. What happened was I said, my mates they're just playing a trick on me now, just trying to get me sweating. Like, I'll go have a look for them. So I was like, got into a little bit of a trot away from your one, like, and I could see as I was picking up speed, she was getting like more suspicious of me, like, and then there was a hey, and I went into full sprint, and I just remember Phil grabbing me as I was wandering aimlessly around this place, and like dragged me into like this. There was like a rail. It was like a real Hollywood kind of a rail of courts, and Phil's arm just came out and like dragged me through, and it was it's like Phil was like. And I was like, right. Shawnee was like, we have to go back and see what's happening. So we headed back and had a look from a distance, like from one of the other stands. And you could see your one talking to the security guard, this guy in a big fucking high-vis jacket. And she was pointing at her head, like 3 distinct points at her head. I was like, I love cock. And the guy just pointing back at his forehead, so confused, going, I love cock. And she's like, yeah, and we're rolling around laughing, and I'm like, you pair of pricks. I said, it's bad enough that I have this, but now there's an ATV.
Someone is about to press a button on a radio and say, we're looking for a man with I love cock on his forehead.
But that's the thing.
And then every single person on the ground goes, sorry?
But that's the thing with it as well, is like, it's not just like that I'm after doing something bad and I'm getting, like, there's the security after me. They're looking for a guy specifically with the words I love cock on his forehead.
So you're inconspicuous.
We're like, right, there's always a hat on the ground in the pill building. There's the building. They have a building in Punchestown that is all rave music, and everybody there is just off their tits. So we were like, that's where we're going to hide out. So we headed, and
is it actually called the Pilden, or do you
no,
call
it's
it
not called that? The Pilden is just something I came up with right
oh,
there and
very
now.
Clever.
That's how good I am.
Very
actually.
clever, very clever. Very
We got to the pill tent, and I was like, I need to get in and clean this shit off my fucking forehead. So we got in. I got into the jacks. There's guys it sounds like a fucking doctor surgery during flu season. It's just people sniffing in that jacks. And I get to, great analogy, isn't it? Came up with it just there.
Really
thanks, Jack, for
well
appreciating
done.
that. I mean, Jay Money. He uses his real name. But we got into the toilets, and I remember, like, you guys are waiting outside, and I am there furiously scrubbing my forehead, trying to get that cock off my fucking head. And I'm like,
if I had a nickel, Justy.
And what happened was, I just trying to rub out my cock. I had got to, I turned around. I'm so tired at this point. I turn around, and a guy walks in, and he walks straight up to me, and he looks me dead in the eyes. And he looks so confused at me. And then he starts,
we have another guest on Justy's podcast.
Do you want to say hello?
Do you want to say hello? Come say hello. We're doing a podcast.
We're doing a podcast. It's about... Scotland. Oh, you're from Scotland?
How are you doing, big man?
What's your name?
Andrew Curry.
What are you over here for?
Hey, I'm over for Brian
Adams. Oh,
Brian
or Adams Stag. Brian, do you want to belt out a little Brian Adams there for us on the podcast?
I'm going to see Brian Adams tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Is that... Where is he?
Aviva
Stadium?
Hey, I'm a Celtic fan, man. I'm a double trebles.
He's a double trebles. Fair play to Andrew. All right, someone grab a microphone off Andrew.
Where do you find the bar?
The bar is downstairs, buddy.
I thought it was all gay.
You thought, well, this is going to be, this is going to get cut.
I went down the stairs and it was like, it was all gay guys, but if you go, like, I need to find my wife.
There was loads of gay guys.
Say it to those guys.
Loads of gay guys.
I was at the game yesterday, aye. Someone hoops. Aye. If you go three fucking stairs down there, you know what I mean? That's like, oh,
There's
like,
three- yeah.
guys don't have to play pool. I was like, what the fuck? I mean,
Yeah, we know exactly what you mean, man.
I'm not alive.
That's playing pool.
Oh, do you want me to sing? Hi, 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 it's a beautiful Sunday. This is my, it's a beautiful day.
It's just the greatest day of my life.
Man, you say you love me. Oh, my.
He's dancing.
This is a promo.
Hi.
This is the best podcast ever.
Shawnee,
And Sean's
Let's
leaving.
go with him.
Go on for now.
Let's
You
go,
bring
yeah.
him to the bar.
All right, go on, come.
Just bring in the mic.
So,
Hey, good man yourself. Andrew, isn't it? Andrew Curry, good man, you're a legend. Here, are you looking for the bar? Yeah, the boys are heading down there right now this minute. If anyone's going to find your wife, it's Shawnee, believe me. Good man, thanks a million for that. That's.
You haven't even got to the end of the cock
excellent.
story.
We did it. Oh yeah, you wanna hear it?
I wanna hear the end of the cock.
John,
Let's
I
wrap
was
it up.
born in the room at the time. So what happened was, I went in, I tried to clean the I love cock off my forehead, and I'd given up, and I was kind of turning around, and I was leaning against the wall in the jacks. The door opens, this guy comes in with his eyes buzzing out of his head. He is licking the back of his head via his eyebrows. He is absolutely chawing the jaws off himself. He comes up and he just looks me dead in the eyes. And then he gets all confused. And he gets a little bit closer. And then his hand comes up and he starts rubbing furiously at his own forehead. And I said, "Are you all right there, buddy?" And he jumped 5 foot into the air.
He thought you were a mirror.
Definitely thought he was looking at his own reflection. With Ecock Evil Eye. What does Ecock Evil Eye?
I like the way he's looking at you, but it also mirrors in his head.
His head is still mirroring me. Like, Well, he's like, "Oh, that's the tattoo I got that I don't remember is really good because they put it backwards so that I could look at it in the mirror."
Hey, welcome back to the Spandex Pantomime. That was the best of 2018. Jesus. I hope we do better next year, and we will, because I have been chatting to people, and I am getting my mojo back for getting my interviews in. I've got some guys that want to sit down, have a chat. So, you know, not to give away any names, because basically I don't want it all to fall through. But like, they're not big names, you know, they're lads from the scene and ladies from the scene. Don't make a big deal about it. It's going to be the same old shit. But better, because it's got a 9 instead of an 8. 2019. Yeah, so I've got plans. Wrestling wise, the plans for 2019. Look, who knows where it could go. I could be in Ring of Honor by March. You know, who knows what way it goes. I'm not going to be. They've actually blocked me on Twitter, and asked me to stop asking for the booking. So that's that. But yes, this is it for the year that was 2018. I just want to say that myself and everybody at Low Blows appreciates the listens, the shares, the retweets, just getting behind the brand and getting behind the people behind the brand, and it is much appreciated. So here's to 2019. Here's to me, here's to you, and just, I suppose, nothing left to say, only thanks for being a fan.